Hey everyone, welcome to Pokemon Pocket Roulette, the series where I spin a wheel, get a random Pokemon, and then build a deck around it till we can get a win. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to battling. Alright, let's see what we get. It's the one, the only Heatmor. Let's roll a second time. We'll use Heatmor in the deck, guaranteed a fire deck. It's a 1-cost fire, energy, 30 damage. I mean, it's fine. But it's not going to build a deck by itself. So we'll spin one more time. We'll get rid of Heatmor, have it in our list, and we're also going to play it with Pidgeot. So Heatmor, Pidgeot. Let me get over here and build a deck really quick, and then we'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so looks like we're back with the deck. We have Pidgeot, Heatmor, Pidgeotto, and the regular Pidgey. We decided to go with this Pidgey. The 10 damage difference is kind of a big deal, but the 10 health matters a lot more. Basically what we're going to try to be doing is pushing Heatmor into just the damaging slot of that 30 damage fire while Pidgeot is dragging out what we need. We have things like Giovanni to hit him with a little bit of a surprise. We've got Pidgeot to drive him off. X-Speed's really good in this deck. Both of them have no retreat cost. Super low energy investment. If we can get Heatmor pounding away at the beginning with a Rocky Helmet and then Pidgeot can get set up and we can kind of finagle around, we'll be good to go. So the plan is going to be that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I will say something like Venusaur EX sounds like we could have like the Heatmor positive, but between Double Erica, Potion, Shaman, I don't even know that the advantage matters. One of the nice things is the fact that in the meta right now, Celebi is pretty popular, but it's not going to matter if we have like Erica. Erica heals like our turn, so they can put an energy, Erica, and then put an energy, and then Erica, and then they're setting up while our Heatmor is just big chillin' and not doing what we need it to do. So we're going to slide into that random match, and we're going to see what we can do with this Heatmor deck. I think there's a chance. It's not the worst deck we could go with. Sandslash by itself with the Lucario wasn't particularly good. We're going to be fighting against this guy whose name I do not know how to pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. And we're going to see what we have going on. No sleeves, so we know that they're going to be like either crazy or not very good. Going first is okay. We have the Pidgey. We actually have the Heatmor first, so this will be pretty decent. As long as we can get to that Pidgeotto, we'll have Pidgeot pulling stuff in. 70 is not very effective. Okay, so they're going second, and they have Manaphy Palkia. This is going to be like pretty rough. We have a disadvantage with the Heatmor, and then we also have the issue of Heatmor's going to get killed, but really, they just already have the setup. If they throw Eevee down on their turn, we're going to be in the struggle bus. And they're going second, so they've got the Manaphy, easy peasy. They could even X-Speed Misty us. That'd be kind of crazy. At least to get us out of here really quick. If it looks like there's no hope, I will play always to my outs. So there's the Misty. Let's hope that she's not feeling any particular way today. If the X-Speed Misty flip... Oh, and they got Tails. Thank goodness. Misty is just one of those cards that does way too much or way too nothing. But I think regardless, the decks it goes in are pretty good. We got Professor Research, pretty decent. We're going to be able to threaten this Manaphy. They'll have Palkia set up. I think it's going to be quite an issue. But, I mean, really, as far as things go right now, it's not the worst they could be. Dragging in Manaphy isn't going to really matter because they have the... it'll only be a second prize, and we're going to be trying to knock out Palkia. The Pidgeot only dealing 70 damage isn't the best, especially when we have things like Irida now, who can just get rid of all of this damage we're dealing. I mean, even now, Irida wouldn't be bad because we have no way to take the Manaphy out. There's no, like, scary thing coming from the Heatmor. They're going to have Palkia rocking. This card is so good. It was a card that, when it came out, we were like, what's it going to do? And then it's just in a deck that works really well for it. They're going to throw that cape on Manaphy. This is what we have the Giovanni for, by the way. Those little surprises. We are going to... Maybe we won't be in the worst situation, honestly, because now we can pull our Pidgeot out. We're going to pop our Giovanni so we can get rid of that cape usage that they just had. Really, if we had Helmet ourselves, that would be pretty decent. We're not going to drive away the Palkia. What we're hoping for is Slash doesn't kill us. So we'll have a turn to set up, deal some damage with Palkia, and Heatmor can take out the Manaphy. We have X-Speed to run away. We really need to draw the second Pidgey. Pidgeot over here is rocking 150 health with the cape. If we can get a second one, piled up, or they make the mistake of putting like an Eevee on the bench when we have Pidgeot good to go, then we can be okay. We can kind of just avoid the Palkia. So their play should really be not to play any more basic Pokemon and just start blowing us up. This is not the play though, because I have the Cyrus. We can use the retreat. This is potentially okay. I think I'm going to save it. We're for sure going to throw a fire onto here. So we have Cyrus in our hand already. So Slash is going to still knock out Heatmor regardless of what happens. We could run away, but that's not going to do us much good. I think we're just going to go ahead and get the damage on Palkia. Hope that we can draw. Okay, so we've got 30 on him. We have 70, that's 100. We'll need to get Pidgey and Pidgeotto in order to win this fight. Dimension Storm is going to kill our Pidgeot no matter what. We have the X speed to run away. We can't deal enough damage right now. Yeah, I mean, we already kind of knew we were going to lose this, right? Manaphy start with Palkia. We could drive off the Manaphy, but it doesn't matter. It got the extra energy, and they've got another Pokeball. So potentially what could happen here is... So drive off could work on taking them out. So they've kind of messed themselves up. Potentially what we can do... Oh... Okay, or they can do that and really mess themselves up. I have no idea why they did that. I think they weren't thinking about the fact that we have access to so we have drive off now. So what we can do is force someone in. Even if they go Vaporeon, they can't kill us on the crackback. We can Pokemon Communicator. It sucks to get rid of our Pidgeot, but we know that we probably don't have 2 turns left in this match anyway. We're going to search for the Pidgey or the Heatmor. There's the Pidgey. We'll throw an energy onto Pidgeot. The problem right now is that Vaporeon is not going to be able to be killed by us, but we can set this up for the Pidgeotto next turn. And then we're going to drive, take them out with Wing Attack. Now they don't have the extra energy, so they're forced to Slash. So if they do... We're actually in a really good spot, as long as they don't have Misty. So basically, the only way, one of the things that'll mess us up is if they get Misty and Vaporeon, they're going to have enough energy to just take us out. We will be able to kind of stick around a second if we can maybe draw into the Pidgeot line. Oh, there's the Irida. That also hurts, but really not nearly as much as it could, because what we can do is we can drive out the Vaporeon. Professor's Research is exactly what we needed here. We have 2 options, Rocky Helmet and Heatmor. Okay. Does Vaporeon requires 2, so now they have to have Leaf. So yeah, so basically we can drive them off, pull the Vaporeon in. I think Vaporeon could move it up to retreat it, but then they are only able to Slash us back. So we can go here, we'll guarantee some damage with the Rocky Helmet. We will evolve our Pidgey, get the energy set up on it, so if we do draw that Pidgeot, and then we're going to Wing Attack, because now we can drive off if we draw the second Pidgeot. They have to hit, basically they need like a 3-hit Misty, or like a crazy hit Misty. If they get a crazy hit Misty, then we're going to lose, but if they don't, we can actually beat them, which is kind of crazy. They misplayed by adding another Mon. By setting someone else out there, they put us in a position where we were able to pull them in and just get 1 prize at a time with their weaker Mon. Vaporeon is more of a liability in this matchup than it has been, because it came in at a point too late when we could kill both the Manaphy's. Yeah, so there's an energy plus an X speed to pull Palkia out, and it's going to, slash us? We can drive it off to pull it back in, and then we just win the game. If they switch to Eevee, we win the game. So yeah, that happened a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, especially with this matchup, but this is why you always play to the outs. I know at the beginning I was kind of doom and gloom, and now we're just in a great position to just take them out. Slash comes out, we're gonna Cyrus in the Vaporeon, and just like that, we've won. I almost want to, we could BM, probably shouldn't do that. We could BM and be like, hey, I'm gonna attack this and wait for the Pidgeot, but yeah, we will hit them with that juicy Cyrus, make them realize that, just because you have a card doesn't mean you have to play it, and we're going to take the dub. It's pretty frustrating. one of the things I find so weird is, you know, playing against certain people. Like, we know that we won off of a misplay, right? But I mean, that's how the game goes. If this were ranked, I would still take the rank points really easy. You know, you have to play to your outs. I was going to run away because I went first against that deck, and turns out I didn't need to. So we've got this right here. I'm going to go ahead and take my little clip. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm probably going to do one more, honestly. That feels like it'd be a really quick video. If not, hey, thanks for watching. Otherwise, let's play one more. See how the deck goes. I'm really honestly just shocked that we were able to take that out the way we did, but that's what happens when you play to your outs. So good game. Always leave a thanks. That's one of those things that, you know, shouldn't be too hard. We'll run it back. I might make it where we do a best of 3. We could get stuck in like a miserable situation where we're just trying to force a certain team comp, and it's just not working. Like, I'm dreading rolling Ditto on the wheel. But let's go ahead and run back in and see how it goes. So we're playing against someone else, level 22, and then we're going to see who's going first. My biggest complaint about Pokemon Pocket is that it's slow. I wish it just moved a little faster than it does. We've got the Heatmor. We can try to see if we can get the Heatmor as our victory at the end. It is kind of funny. I tried to do this once before and I got Pidgeot, and I kind of messed the footage up because I was just kind of learning. But now, oh, this is a really cool deck. I love this Unknown with Communicator. And we get the God combo. We get Pokeball, Professor's Research. There's the Pidgeot even. So we are going to be able to be in a pretty decent slot. Professor's Research. Oh, Pidgeot also? All right. As long as nothing crazy happens, we should be in a good spot. They'll be able to attack us for 20. Not super going to matter. We have the Cape. Cape's so cool how it just adds the 20 instantly. It works, you know, obviously a bit different than a healing item with some different interactions with different cards. Adding the 20 maximum health doesn't get rid of the fact that you can get Cyrus'd, but it's still just a good, like, pop it, hey, you thought you were going to win, now you can't. Mythical Slab Unknown, really cool combo. I used it in a couple different Psychic decks, actually a Gengar deck like this guy's playing, because I did pull 2 of the Unknown, and I think the card looks really cool. I mean, beautiful looking art. Just, what words are P-O-E? I don't know what it actually spells out. I'll have to look at it a little further. So yeah, here we're going to just pop our Heatmor. This is going to deal half. Not much else we can do. Just hang out. There's nothing threatening us. I like this Ghastly, but the problem is it's just a coin flip. If it could just guarantee shuffle a card back, that'd be really, really cool. But instead you're relying on that coin flip. They could use it, but even right now, even if they looked at my hand and like Forceful Sentry to me, they wouldn't be able to do much with it. This deck doesn't seem like it'd be very good, but one of the nice things about it is it's got the early game attacker, even though it's not the biggest thing in the world, the Heatmor, and then we've got the Pidgeot to kind of mess around with our opponent's back row. I think the idea of like Flute is really cool, but super unreliable kind of thing. Obviously, that card just doesn't pair well enough with everything going on. So they're going to go ahead and check their own deck again, see if they have another Communicator. There's the Ghastly. I wonder which Gengar they're playing. They could be playing Gengar EX, which would turn off all of our supporter cards, which I like the card. I think the card's really cool. I don't think... There's a lot of times where I think the card is like really, really good, and then there's all times where I think the card is kind of mid. It just depends on how the opponent is already set up. There's enough supporter cards in the meta. So one of the options we have right now is we could drive off, force someone in, but I think I'd rather just go ahead and take the free knockout. It's more effective to drive off when there's something that we can, you know, be more threatening against. So Unknown's out. Gets rid of their ability to check our deck or their deck. I built a deck that's really fun that uses Ghastly, and I used it to like check the opponent's card to see if I want to like shuffle, like a fun little hand rip. It was originally like Gengar, that base Ghastly plus the... Okay, so we've got the Haunter. What is potentially really cool here, so they do have the Gengar set up, but they're going to put us to sleep. This could be really a problem because if we miss the coin flip, we're not going to be able to take them out. We need to draw our other Pidgey. That'll protect us and insulate us from a couple different things. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I want to see if a potion will take it out. There's the other Pidgey we were just looking for. I could potentially drive off Giovanni, but I don't think that's going to do what we need it to do yet. So we're going to go here. They've got kind of their full setup that they could ask for. We're going... I was thinking about giant caping the Pidgey so we could survive if we come in, if we get swapped out by like a Sabrina. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad play, but we could also be giant caping our Pidgeot, and then we'll be able to mess them up. So I can take out this Haunter, and I don't know if it's the correct play or not. Basically, the problem is if we take out the Haunter, we stop the potential for the next Ghastly, which is really good, but then their Ghastly is going to mess our Pidgey up, and I don't know that we can guarantee pulling anything decent. So, because if we don't pull it, then we're in kind of a pickle. This game isn't the most complex in the world, but it is nice when there are these interactions and whatnot. I think we're just going to go ahead and wing attack. We're going to deal half of the Gengar's health. If they put the other Gengar down, we're kind of messed up either way. I'm sure they have it because they've communicated twice. Oh, they unknowned. This is actually what we were just talking about. This is a liability that people shouldn't be doing because now we have the potential to drive off into it. We really need to wake up from this Hypnoblast. That's the biggest thing that we're concerned about at the moment. But we could steal a KO on the Haunter with the Cyrus if it is the one that comes out. And then we could kind of play around the Gengar. Just depends on what we draw. Hypnoblast is coming our way. We really need to wake up or we're going to be in trouble. Let's see what we get. Heads, so that means we wake up. So I think that pretty much cinches the game unless something happens with the Haunter. But now we're going to drive off. No, we're not going to drive off. I'm just kidding. We're going to wing attack to take it out. We'll set up our Pidgey. This is just in case we end up getting to Pidgeotto. I think I'm going to go ahead and cape this Pidgeot just in case they do evolve. Then we won't have to deal with... We'll be able to survive, and then we could potentially drive off into what we need. The other option I was thinking is we could drive off now, get the KO, but we're still waiting on the coin flip regardless, so we'll just wing attack and take out the Gengar. I love this Pidgeot. It took me forever to get it, and then I could never pull base Pidgeot to finish the set. So there's our second point. They did just check the top of their deck. I don't remember if they put it back or not, but they've already ran through their 2 communications. Drive off will be good into unknown, and then we just really need to hope that they don't pull the other Gengar, which is going to be a lot easier with the professor's research. Then we have to deal with the Hypnoblasting. We have 6 though. We could get to our other Pidgeotto. That's the biggest thing we're missing. We could have potentially kept Heatmor in the hand to guarantee the Oh, they have the second. Okay, they have Gengar EX. Well, they've just lost themselves the game because now we're going to drive off the unknown and there's nothing they can do. This is the thing I don't like about Gengar EX is it's really cool. The card is really cool, 170 health, but it doesn't have enough energy to do its attack. Like, it can't come in and threaten the way it needs to. The Hypnoblast one I think is a little better, honestly, because it just big chills. Now, they're looking for something else, but it looks like they're just unknown. And these cards, I've also considered using the Gengar EX and the base Gengar. I think that's a potentially cool combo. You can use Gengar as a finisher, but the 100 damage just isn't enough for the 3, has been my experience with him. By the time he comes out, whatever you're playing against has set something up way more effective. And then we get the concession. So yeah, this deck's performing a little better. I think it's being definitely carried by the Pidgeot. Drive Off's a very powerful move or ability, especially when the opponent's not playing around it. Had they not have played the unknown, we'll send them a thanks. Had they not have played the unknown, they could have just sat on the Gengar, and I wouldn't have really had a way to deal with it unless I drew the other Pidgeotto and could surprise them with some more damage than they could deal. But because they played the second unknown, we'll go ahead and hop into one more. Then we're going to be done with this set of the wheel. The deck's actually kind of fun. I think it's just the idea of Pidgeot plus the Heatmor. We're also not playing us anything super crazy. hey guys. We're also not playing against anything super crazy. So we've got the best lead. We've also went first every one of these games and won, so I don't know. Maybe there's something to the Pidgey stuff. I am also a big fan of just putting one Mon down at the beginning. They're playing Regirock. This is going to be pretty bad for our Heatmor, hard for it to deal with. This is like a way more effective tank when we're playing against something like this, because dealing the reduced 20 doesn't matter when you're as much when you're dealing 180 or whatever, but when we're doing nothing, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and throw Pidgey, get it ready for that evolution, which we're going to draw next turn because we're just that good at the game. Keep Heatmor in the hand. This is a Pokemon communication target. We don't really need the second one. This Regirock, I played it in the Sandslash deck, and I found it was terrible. I was able to leaf it out with 1 energy once, but as far as like, it's a cool little wall, but 4 energy is too bad. I really think if it was like 380, 3 and then 80 damage, it could maybe do something else. Maybe if its retreat wasn't 3, if it was 2. But hopefully we get like a really cool like Brandon support card. But sitting behind Arceus really wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world. Oh, and they've got Larvitar too. Okay, cool. So this is literally going to hide and set the Tyranitar up. T-Tar is a really cool card. Deals a lot of damage when you have that Arceus on the board. We'll go ahead and power up our Heatmor. They're just going to have Regirock chilling here, taking 10 damage a turn, which is nothing. It does potentially set it up for Cyrus later, which is nice, but we need to get the Pidgeot set up so we can start getting some damage across the board. This is going to be really powerful in one more turn, and we have no way to kind of stop it. Yeah, I mean, we're just not going to draw our second Pidgeot, and that's going to be a problem. They can T-Tar for it next turn. They got their professor's research. We did not. Sometimes you just get goat stapled out of the format, pot of greeted, so to speak. The Rocky Helmet and the Cape is not going to make the difference. T-Tar, I think, deals 160. Let's check. Yeah, it deals 160 when they have the Arceus in play. So we did get the Communicator. We've got another Pidgey and a Pidgeot. So we've got a 50-50 shot at getting the Pidgeot. Let's see what we can get. And it's Pidgeot. So this is pretty much an L. This thing is going to start dealing 160 damage. We have no way to deal with it. The retreat cost on Larvitar and Pupitar is pretty low also, so driving it off isn't going to do much. We can throw... Now, if we were playing a different deck, we could have a little bit more something to do in this matchup, because now he's just got Regirock sitting here. It's going to be at least 2 more turns, and then before he can like get enough energy plus Dawn or plus Leaf or X speed to get it out, and we could be powering our own thing up on the bench. He's going to be powering up his Arceus, so it's not going to be nearly as effective for us to do much against it. But for now, I'm just going to bat my head against the wall and see if it works. I doubt it will, but the opponent could also DC, and that's also a way to win games on Pokemon Pocket. So we're just going to play for that to be the potentiality of what ends up happening. I really wish Burn was a more prevalent mechanic in the game. I think like my Cargo is cool, but the coin flip and it like takes too long to get set up. My Cargo is like one of my favorite Pokemon, so it's cool to see Mag Cargo pop off and do pretty well, even though he doesn't have a big play here. So now the opponent, I guess, is trying to figure out what they should do. There's really not much for them to do. I'm a big fan of holding off on placing the last energy. I really need to draw Pidgeot, but I'm not going to, I guess, so we're just gonna rot over here. They're gonna hit us with like the Leaf X speed combo to take our Heatmor out, and then we're going to quick hit that FF button. The Immersive Arceus, super cool. It's immune to status conditions, which is like so unnecessary. I guess it's cool, but there's like no... Oh, there it is. There's the Leaf. So potentially, yeah, we're just cooked. We can drive off the Tyranitar, which is fun, but that's not going to do anything with the Leaf. We're going to send the Pidgeotto out, and then we're going to get T-Tar. T-Tar is surprisingly decent. I have a different little version of this deck where I play Onyx with Brock and Dawn, which is a terrible combo. Let's go. There's the Pidgeot saying, hey, it's not going to matter, but I am here for you. We're going to drive it off. Maybe they'll make a mistake, send something bad in, send like Arceus in or something, and then we can play around the fact that, you know, they've got this guy, but it's never really going to matter. We're always going to get Revenge killed. We're going to hit them with the Juicy Cyrus swap. And then we could potentially end up driving off into Arceus. Basically, we need to get another Pidgeot set up on the bench before the opponent can do anything. So we're going to try for that. That's our only win con right now. Regirock's chilling at 60, at 30 health, and then we'll figure it out. This ability is pretty cool. I just wish there were mons that it was more effective on. For this, though, to just be a straight-up wall that you play, Probopass is pretty bad, I find. It's like fun. The idea of Adaman plus Probopass is neat, but it doesn't end up working out the way it is going to normally work out. Whew, so we're really just waiting on them to end us, but we're kind of being a little bit of a troll while we do it. I don't know what they're thinking about, though. That's the biggest thing, you know, when people are like big chilling, you're trying to figure out what they're going to do, but nothing's happening. There's nothing for us to do. Time limit win? 45-second time limit win? Oh, it looks like they've made their action. I really wish Pocket was just a little bit speedier, a little bit quicker to get on the oh, so they're Rocky helmeting us. So that's fine. You know, we're going to take 20, but it doesn't change the math on anything except maybe the Arceus. Oh, their second research. They're just rubbing it in. We'll see if we can get our research going. Oh, there's the Pokeball. We are waiting on the Pokeball. That's going to set our Pidgeot. Oh, just kidding. It's going to set our Heatmor up. Exactly what we wanted. Let's go here. We'll drive them off. See what they send in. This would be so much better if you got to pick. They sent Larvitar in. They're just like, look, we don't have to do anything. So now I'm going to really get them. We're going to get out of there. We're going to slow their roll. We're going to combustion. And we're going to Rocky Helmet. After this, yeah, I mean, there really is just no way to win. Because we don't have a way to like blow the Tyranitar up and then survive an attack. So we're really just kind of spinning our wheels, seeing what's going to happen. I'm really just hoping they kind of end up misplaying or doing something silly. But right now they can just pull out into that T-Tar. I will say, going into Arceus, if they don't have the Leaf, but then they can just send it out. Yeah, this is going to be it. The T-Tar is here. We could get the Pidgey, but now that they have the second point, it's not going to matter. Send out our Pidgeot. We can at least hit them with the Pidgeot Shuffle. Get 1 point for our trouble, and then cry ourselves to sleep. Drive off, see what they opt to send in. Most likely the Pupitar. They were willing to sacrifice the Larvitar last turn anyway, so... Oh, they sent in the Regirock. That's cute. That's not what we're going to kill, though. We're going to hit them with that juicy Cyrus. Give us back the T-Tar. Nah, we'll get the Pupitar. We'll get the research. See if there was anything. Oh, yeah, we can't do that because we just did that. All right, there's the wing attack. There's the concession. You've got it. The T-Tar deck coming in strong. Oh, I can't concede. I got a point. Never give up. All right. And that's the game. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I was actually really impressed. So we're going to take our L like a man. We're going to send our thanks, even though we got our teeth kicked in. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for hanging out and thanks for watching. That's going to be it for this episode of the Pocket Roulette and for the stream. Thank you so much if you did stop by. Hit the follow button. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next episode of Pokemon Pocket Roulette. And we'll see if there's something interesting or different we can get. But Heatmor Pidgeot, pretty good. I think it was really carried by Pidgeot and misplays, but we'll take the wins where we can get them. Thanks for watching. See ya. Thank you for watching this episode of Pokemon Pocket Roulette. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, and let me know which Pokemon you're excited to see I build a deck around. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks again for watching.